Welcome to Lightning Ministries Daily Devotional. Today's topic, finding real rest. Reading from Psalm 62, verses 1 and 2, where David was talking about God restoring his soul and letting God know that he was his rock and his salvation. I have a question for you. Have you ever lifted a heavy object for so long that your arms started to burn from the weight? You count your steps until you finally set it down, and when you do, relief floods your body as the pain and hurt subsides from what you were picking up and carrying. Now, when you and I feel similar to this in the spirit, when we surrender our burdens to the Lord, that's releasing our worries and our hurts and our pains. Now, David understood this kind of relief. With his enemies in relentless pursuit after him, David was forced to hide to a safe place for his life. Now you wonder, David slew the giant, but yet he ran and hid, trying to protect his own life. Now, the weight that David carried was evident that as he cried out in his distress, and I'll quote the verse, "How long, Lord? How long will you forget me forever?" That's in Psalms 13:1. Yet, through his extended seasons of challenges, he experienced God's faithfulness as well as his consolation in his anguish and pain. Now, remembering, that's for you and I, that God is faithful and he will bring release from the weight that carries on us in our worries and concerns in our lives. So let's hold to the perspective that God is at work and keep our eyes fixed on the solution rather than on the problems. Just like David, we will be able to say, "I will not be greatly shaken." 62 verse 2 in Psalms. While you and I are learning to release our burdens to the Lord, make sure that you talk to God in your prayer. A lot of people say, "Well, I pray and God doesn't answer my prayers." But are you really listening? Because he will answer them. He may just not answer them the way you want. And the fact that we have to wait and hope for him makes it even harder for us if we never forget that he is the salvation and our rock. This, to me, is true relief from our pains and concerns. I struggle each and every day with listening and wanting God to move in my life in a way that I see him do so many things in others. But you and I realize that maybe that's not what God wants for my life. Maybe there's something in my life that's he's not wanting to release the bounty or the blessings that I'm looking for to succeed in the things that I do. While I see others that do similar things that I'm doing that are prosperous beyond anything I could ever imagine. So I just have to be truthful in that. If I find rest in the Lord, I realize that he will not let my worries go unchallenged for me to make right decisions, to step in the right direction, and for that matter, have a peace about it. Well, I hope you do the same today. Regardless of what your struggles are or what you're going through, God has a plan and you're in it, just like I am. I appreciate you taking the time for listening. Have a blessed day.